Family Dollar Store ordered to pay nearly $42 million for storing consumer products that you buy in a rat-infested warehouse. While you may want to get strategic about what time you visit Wendy's, that burger will soon cost you more at certain times of the day. It is rodeo time. Tickets, concerts, food, and games, all that fun can add up fast. I'm going to show you how to corral those costs. And it is wave season. We've got big deals, new ships, and upgraded terminals all in the Port of Galveston for your spring and summer vacations. And welcome to Dollars and Cents. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Heather Sullivan. We have a talker of a show for you. We've got some big deals that you're going to want to cash in on. And we've also got some new scam warnings from the best consumer reporting from Fox stations across the country. So let's get started. If you are heading out to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, you know you got tickets, concert tickets, food, games, and for a family, that can add up to a pretty penny. So I lassoed the secrets to saving for you. The first thing you want to do is download the free Rodeo Houston app because it not only has your schedules and directions and parking information, but it has the lowdown on the deals. Fix in to catch the bucking Broncos, a country western concert, or some barbecue brisket? You don't have to be richer than a gold mine to enjoy it all. Wednesdays are worth their weight in beans. There's free admission to NRG Park to everyone before noon on Community Day, Wednesday, March 6th, plus other discounts and buy one, get one tickets to rides and games. Free admission to NRG Park is also offered to military members, their spouses, and families on Armed Forces Day, February 28th. Family Wednesdays are February 28th and March 13th, when seasoned cowboys and cowgirls ages 60 and up and junior wranglers 12 and under get in free. And first responders and their families on March 4th. Just note free admission does not include tickets to the rodeo or concerts. You can buy concert tickets starting at 25 greenbacks, just 5 more than a grounds ticket, but you'll see both the concert and the grounds. Or just buy that $20 grounds ticket and enjoy free live music every night at the Champion Wine Garden and the Hideout. Houston Rodeo parking is $25 per wagon, so consider carpooling with friends or family. You can be dropped off by someone or a ride share at Gate 9 off Kirby Drive, or take Metro Rail for $1.25 each way. Buckaroos 5 and under are free. Pack your own grub. You can bring your own food and drinks into NRG Park, but not into the stadium. If you plan to attend multiple days, save with a $55 grounds season pass. Again, rodeo and concert tickets are sold separately. So hitch up your plans and have a hootenanny at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And you can also check out sites like Groupon and SeatGeek. They have some deals, especially if you are going as a family or in groups. And I put links to all of these for you on Sullivan Smart Sense on fox26houston.com. And stick with us because later in the show, I'm going to show you how to pull a designer rodeo look together for up to 90% off. You're going to want to see this. Now, it is also wave season, and if you're thinking of taking a cruise, there are some really big discounts right now. They are rolling in like waves. Plus, there has been a tsunami of new ships and terminal upgrades at the Port of Galveston, which expects to welcome a record 1.6 million passengers this year. It's another big splash for the Port of Galveston, now doing a $142 million overhaul on Terminal 16 and a parking deck for MSC Cruises, which will begin sailing at Ship Seaport from Galveston in November of 2025.
As well as probably a couple other cruise lines will make the home there. Norwegian has expressed a lot of interest in coming in there. Princess is talking about expanding.
And that's on top of Carnival replacing the Vista with the new and bigger Jubilee after last year's $50 million Terminal 25 upgrade. Plus, the Norwegian Prima began sailing from Galveston, and in late 2022, Royal Caribbean opened a $125 million solar-powered terminal.
We increased our number of passengers by 42% in 1 year. We went from 1 million to 1 million, almost 1.5 million passengers coming to Galveston.
Now during wave season, some cruise lines are offering deals of up to 60% off.
I was poking around and looking at Royal Caribbean this morning, and I saw that right now they're offering up to $600 off plus 60% off a second guest, and kids are sailing free.
Norwegian is offering some cruises at 50% off, plus free unlimited open bar, Wi-Fi, and excursion credits. Other ways to save on cruises are to be flexible on dates and cruise lines and to prepay gratuities, drink packages, or excursions.
If you're planning to do anything off the boat when there's a docking, it's worth seeing if there's a special discount on particular excursions that you might be interested in, or if you can get a group discount.
And I've got two more tips for you. First, the Port of Galveston Parking offers a discount for prepaid parking, and it saves you time too. And when you are searching for the cruise sites online, I did spot some look-alike sites, so be sure that you click on the actual cruise line that you want to book before you give out any of your information. Now, let's dive into some ways that you can save on some other spring break trips. We're going to see where else we can go. Fox's Don Hasbrook has this Money Saver report on how to score travel deals.
When it comes to planning a spring break getaway, flexibility is the name of the game if you're looking to save on your spending.
If you're trying to depart on the same day that everybody's trying to leave for spring break, prices are going to be higher, crowds are going to be crazier.
Consumer finance expert Andrea Warrock recommends comparing prices for hotels and flights on different days of the week and consider keeping an open mind about your destination.
A lot of people head to the beach to get away from the cold weather, but prices are going to be higher there. So maybe there's an off-beaten path that you can go. You can actually set price tracking alerts for different destinations from your home airport and just see what comes up.
To save on the cost of your flight, consider getting a credit card that gives you airline miles for your purchases.
When you first sign up, a lot of these airline credit cards offer you free bonus miles when you spend a certain amount.
Booking in advance can also help you find a better price.
Once that fourth week before your departure date arrives, prices are going to keep ticking up, especially for popular times of the year like spring break. So you really don't want to wait.
When it comes to getting a deal on a hotel, that can be a bit tougher. Consumer Checkbook's Kevin Brassler recommends checking out loyalty programs among hotel chains.
Once you do that, they'll offer you lower rates than what they're offering to the general public, but it's not that big of a discount. It's like 8 to 12%.
Brassler says that so-called mystery deals can also help to cut costs, where you book in an area without knowing the specific property until you pay.
If you know you want to go to a specific area of a major city, you can be guaranteed that you'll be in that neighborhood. It's really the only way to save significantly on hotels. On average, we'd save between 20 and 35% consistently. And we also find that by booking directly with the hotel, you often get a better room when you check in.
Another way to keep a closer eye on your travel costs is to be mindful of your smaller expenses while on vacation.
Oh, a small meal, a Starbucks coffee on the go, a souvenir here, and while you're maybe only spending $5, $10, $20, it can all add up and bust your budget.
Warrock says things like taking public transportation, making meals in a hotel kitchenette, and visiting attractions with a deal can all make a difference.
Find out if there are certain museums or cultural centers that are offering discount or free admission times or days of the week. This could be a good way to see some popular sites while saving money.
And making your
All right, and get ready to pay more for your luggage when you fly. JetBlue will now charge $45 for its Blue Basic, Blue, and Blue Extra tiers. This applies to your first bags checked within 24 hours before departure. Passengers can save $10 by paying for the checked bag before that 24-hour window. But note, American, Alaska, United, they have all also raised their bag fees this year. So what I want to do is show you some ways that you can try and avoid bag fees. So let's take a look here. So first, stay calm and carry on. You know, the old rule. Make sure that it fits in the overhead compartment. I know I sound like a flight attendant, but just make sure that it does. Also, fly airlines that don't charge for the first bag or two. There are fewer of these, but we know that there is Southwest, and if you are headed to the Gulf region, you have Qatar, Etihad, and Air India that don't charge. And you can also pay for your bags when you book the flight rather than paying for them at the airport. For example, flying Spirit Airlines from New York to LA this weekend, you would pay $49 to carry on and $44 to check it. But if you pay that fee at the gate, Spirit's chart says you will pay $99 to do either of those. So let's take a look at some more ways that you can cut down those baggage costs. You want to compare the airfare and the bag fees together when you're choosing your airline, and also consider a fare upgrade if it includes both your bag fees and the airfare. You might just break even, but you'll get some other perks. Now, you also want to combine bags if you can. If you have maybe a family of 4 and your kids are little, maybe you can put it all into 2 or 3 bags. And then you want to be sure that you weigh your bag before you leave your home. You can just weigh it on a bathroom scale. So bags over $50 incur those extra fees. This way you know that your bag has not gone over that limit. And then check your credit cards and your frequent flyer programs, because some of them do include paying for baggage fees as a perk. So good luck. Let me know how some of those tips worked out for you. Now let's get into some talkers. So first, Family Dollar has been ordered to pay a nearly $42 million penalty for storing consumer products in a rat-infested warehouse in Arkansas. The Department of Justice says that the company has also shipped products like food and cosmetics to more than 400 stores, some of which reported pest issues or damaged products. Family Dollar and its parent company, which is Dollar Tree, must now meet robust corporate compliance and reporting requirements for the next 3 years. Now, here's something else that is not sitting too well with a lot of folks. The Wendys hamburger chain has confirmed that it will begin testing surge pricing, where menu items could get more expensive at popular times of the day. The concept isn't new, you know this. It's already happening in other industries. But now, as Fox 26 business reporter Tom Ziska reports, some restaurants are clearly thinking, why not us?
Wendy's is the nation's #2 burger chain in sales, but company leadership is looking for more, with plans to capitalize on times when hunger strikes hardest. Plans to introduce dynamic pricing in the next year would make food prices fluctuate during the day. For example, in Houston, a Wendy's single with cheese runs $5.69. Buy one during the lunch rush, it could be $1 more. And maybe during the slow part of the day, $1 less. They're not alone. Dynamic pricing is already standard in concerts, air travel, hotels, ride sharing like Uber. For the fast food segment, though, tight profit margins can lead to creative ways to boost the bottom line. Potential customers might be agreeable.
Wendy's is not in my preferred list.
But what if it was?
What if it was more?
Yeah.
If I liked it, I'd pay for it. A couple dollars here or there is not an issue.
But there is a greater risk of turning off customers, and business experts say Wendy's competitors will be closely watching to see if there's opportunity for them.
They will only follow suit after a couple of quarters, and they will determine whether or not the growth that Wendy's has experienced, or lack thereof, will determine whether or not they choose to do the same, and surge pricing then becomes the norm.
That was Tom Ziska reporting. What I expect is that we're all just going to be eating lunch earlier if that's the case. So to avoid surge pricing, you may have to plan ahead to place your order at less busy times of the day, and we will keep you posted on how this rollout goes. And it is happening again. Real estate agents say squatters and scammers are creating significant problems, taking over vacant homes and tying them up in court for months. Fox's Dean Placco reports a family of squatters took over a house just last week in Chicago, but we're seeing this issue happen across the country, including here in Houston.
They flipped over the sign on the Coldwell Banker sign and said sold, and then they changed the locks. They installed a Ring doorbell.
Real estate agent Arian McDuffie says she was shocked on Friday when she found a family living in this vacant home she'd been trying to sell for months, yelling at her.
This is our property. Get off of our property.
They were ordering you off the property.
They was ordering us off the property.
They put a screwdriver here and they open it.
The owner of the home, Bill Adrianos, called police and rushed to the scene, but was told by officers the squatting family told them they were the victims of a scam.
The police, they refuse to do anything about it. They refuse to do anything because they say these people, they say they have a lease, they rented from the landlord, this is a civil matter, we can't do nothing about it.
Eventually, the officers were able to talk the squatters into leaving the home peacefully. But realtors we talked to say once a squatter's inside a home, it can take months to remove them through the courts. Is this happening a lot lately?
It is. It is something, unfortunately, that happens.
Realtor Jameer Walton says fake landlords and squatters have increasingly been using open houses and real estate listings that include addresses.
Check out the lockbox.
Another agent found this when he recently entered a house he was selling.
Look what we got. Somebody trying to move in.
Walton says that people signing leases should always make sure the person that claims to own the property actually does.
But you can also go on the like the Cook County property tax site. You can look on there in the Cook County Recorder of Deeds just to be able to make sure the name on the lease matches the city records.
The best way to catch squatters before they settle in is putting a monitored security system inside the home and call police immediately if someone you don't know steps inside the front door.
So it seems like it's becoming normal, so I want to kind of draw attention to this so that way we can do something to start putting in proper procedures.
On the south side, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
Scary, isn't it? Well, President Biden says he is wiping out more student loan debt for more than 150,000 borrowers. To qualify, people need to be enrolled in the SAVE program, have paid money toward their student loans for at least 10 years, and borrowed $12,000 or less. Many people who qualify received emails about this. The Biden administration says this will erase roughly $1.2 billion in debt. And some Americans are already seeing higher tax refunds this year. The IRS reports the average refund is more than $3,000. The IRS says it has issued about 20 million returns so far. The increase in refunds is due both to the standard deduction and tax brackets being raised this year. Well, a 75-year-old Arizona woman is offering her tale of caution. She lost $25,000, falling victim to scammers pretending to be her bank. And this is a growing scam. Fox's Lindsay Ragas has her story.
Susan Guthrie turned on her computer to check her email, only to find something much worse.
There's a message on it that looked like it was Microsoft that said I'd been hacked and I needed to call the number below so they could take care of the problem for me. And I never should have done that. I should have just turned off my computer.
A carefully planned online scheme tricked Guthrie into thinking her bank account was hacked.
They walked me through what I now realize was they were just having put in the right code so they could take control of my computer.
After communicating with two people online claiming to be with Microsoft, then speaking with someone on the phone claiming to be from her bank, the con artists were successful.
They had told me when they did their scan that it appeared that someone at my local Chase branch had been involved in this scam, had facilitated this scam. So I couldn't go to my bank because we didn't know who it was there that was involved.
Her daughter Sarah stepped in as soon as she heard what was going on.
Give me the phone, give me the phone.
But it was too late.
Oh, I was just devastated, overwhelmed, couldn't believe it happened to me.
After 4 hours on the phone with someone she thought was helping her, Guthrie deposited $25,000 in a crypto account.
What I needed to do to prevent the $25,000 from being taken by them was to take it out myself and put it into a secure wallet. And walked along with me even when I was starting to have some little bits of doubt. He'd talk me through it, and that's what I did, and I basically gave it to them.
Mesa police say they have no way of tracking the money because the victim didn't have names, did not know where the account came from, or if it is even in the country. However, Guthrie was advised to file a complaint with the Internet Crime Complaint Center, handled by the FBI.
Now I know, and I'm hoping that somebody else will hear this, and it might save them from being scammed themselves.
Yeah, I'm so glad she's talking about it, and you definitely want to be really careful about getting notifications that aren't really from your bank. So let's get back to Houston Rodeo now. What are you wearing? Who are you wearing? Well, even though cowboys lived lean back in the day, stylish Western wear today can be kind of expensive. So I'm going to let you in on a secret to finding designer looks for up to 90% off.
This is a new little shirt. It's $9.80. Okay. Our little denim skirt here is $9.80.
Rodeo looks for less. Designer Diva Resale has hundreds of them in a warehouse in Northwest Houston, chock full of consigned clothes.
We have like 90% off of our ticket prices. We have a lot of brand new items, new with tags. A lot of boutiques have closed out and we've taken in their merchandise as a consignor.
Like this men's ensemble.
And this is only $29. And then the white shirt's $29.80.
And looks for ladies.
Jeans here, these are $14.80. And then the little boots are $11.80.
Their personal shoppers can help you pull pieces together to create a unique look.
The necklace, which is hidden there, that one is $11. The lime shirt's $9.80. The little vest, $15.80, and the skirt's $19.80, and the brand new boots are $139.
They also have designer pieces, often about half off.
You would see here, our retail price in front is $398, and then in the back it's $199. So it's 50% off this ticket price.
Owner Michelle Puckett says if you really want to save, bring in pieces you already own and add Western jewelry, a belt, a hat, or boots.
Upcycle it and make it look unique for their own style.
Cool find, huh? The owner says the proceeds benefit young adults with disabilities and women's shelters. And there are other consignment and thrift stores around the area where you can also find lots of rodeo wear. And some of them also support local charities. So I've listed them for you on Sullivan's Smart Sense on Fox26Houston.com. And finally, you know, we all like to save money, but at what cost?
Day in the life of what it's like to be separated but still living together. I woke up this morning and I snuggled my babies. Both my babies sleep with me in my bed in my room, and their dad sleeps on the couch. We do have a 3-bedroom house, but for some reason he just prefers to sleep on the couch.
This is a trend now of living with an ex after a divorce or a breakup. It's on the rise, especially for people in their 30s and 40s. Couples often who have children have to weigh their options of selling the home right now in this market versus cohabitating for a while. While there can be financial benefits, experts warn that it may prove to be emotionally taxing, to say the least. All right, well, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. It's all Heather Sullivan, Fox 26. Let me know what you think or topics you want us to cover here. You'll find more ways to save every day on Sullivan's Smart Sense on Fox26Houston.com. And we'll see you next time on Dollars and Cents.